In this video, I'll be discussing all the upcoming JP banners that you should pull as an Encloser main. Just a little bit disclaimer, I am not a JP player, and this is all based purely on my own research. The first banner that we have for the Encloser is Sweep Tosho, Speed card, and the Winning Ticket Stamina card, which is currently the banner that is up. The main reason you want to be pulling for this Sweep Tosho Speed card is right here, Straight Shot, or what we call it, Straightaway Spurt in our global version. We get this Straightaway Spurt skill from the chain event, which is right here. You need to know that the chain event from this is actually still not guaranteed. So you can either still get a mood plus with the straightaway spurt or a mood down. Another bonus of this card is that Sweep Tosho has the natural charming bonus. So if you get this early on your run, it's very easy to get a high roll run. For the effects, there's nothing really too much sticking out for the Sweep Tosho speed card. If we take a look at the effect of this card, at 0 LB it's actually a pretty bad card. It has 0% increased training, 0 starting pawn, which make this card really hard to get the rainbow trainings, and on top of that it also has 0 with bonus. If we jump this card to 1 LB, it gains 1 SP bonus, which is really nice. 2 LB doesn't really change the effect of this card. 3 LB gives you mood bonus, but it doesn't really change that much. At MLB, it only gives you a little bit more on the mood bonus. So for this card, it's not really a good card. I only recommend you pulling it at 0 LB if you really want it, but you can just skip this card and just borrow this card from another player. Next up on the list, we have Mejiro Dober. Mejiro Dober is the most important banner that you want to roll on. Mejiro Dober is the Acceleration Parent Inherit for the Late Surger and Encloser. It's equivalent to Saiyan Skyfall Frontrunner and Nishino Flower for the Pace Chaser. If we take a look at Mejiro Dober's kit, there's nothing really special. 10% speed bonus, 20% with bonus. For her aptitude, she is pretty good on Maul Medium. This is what I was talking about as the parent inherit. This unit skill basically increases your acceleration on the late race on the final corner if you don't get rushed. So basically this skill could activate from the final corner and beyond. That's the simple way to get out of it. And it's actually really similar with Majora's Ryan Unique. If we take a look here, the condition is that it's on the late race on any corner. This skill only activates specifically on the 6th place. While Mejiro Dober, you could get a little bit of leeway being it on the 5th and the 6th position. What happens usually is that you combine this unique both together, so Mejiro Dober Unique and Mejiro Ryan Unique complements each other pretty well. You probably won't be running Mejiro Dober as an encloser because she has a pretty bad attitude as an encloser. Mostly, you only want to be using Mejiro Dobers as a parent. If we take a look at her innate skill, there's nothing really too much going on here. She has late surgery straight away. She also has all-seeing eye. She has up tempo, which is a good speed skill. Child of Yodo, which is just more stat boost. So if you want to run Mejiro Dober, it's mostly as a late surger and a debuffer. You're only rolling her just for the parent aspect. Next up, we have the Vega Power and Matikane Fukukitaru Speed card. The card that we want to be pulling from this is Vega Power card. Although Matikane Fukukitaru is also a really good speed card for the Make a New Track scenario. If we take a look at the effect of this card, it's a pretty decent card. It has 15% increased training, which is really huge at 0 LB. However, the stopping point for this card is probably at 1 LB, where you unlock the power bonus. You could probably just even leave this card as 0 LB and use it as a roaming support, because 15% increased training is really huge. 3 LB, you gain race bonus. At MLB, you only get a race and fan bonus. So just leave this card as 0 LB or 1 LB, it's fine. It's also fine if you don't want to roll for this card, because the only thing you're getting from this card is this right here, Daring Attack. It's basically just a good speed skill for the encloser that will basically activate most of the time. If you're pulling for the sake of Admire Vega card only, then this banner is actually not really that good. This banner is good because it is also paired with Matikane Fukitaru for the Make a New Track. As the more important banner is this card right here, which the banner will be soon coming after Admire Vega Power card, which is the Mr. CB with card. And that brings us to the next banner, which is the Mr. CB with card itself. So basically this card is the superior encloser card, which you will get after a while. If we take a look at the effect of this card, at 0 LB, it gives you a wit bonus and a skill point bonus when the gauge is at least 80. So that's pretty huge because we get a skill point bonus on top of the wit bonus. There's nothing really too crazy about the effects. We get 35 specialty priority. You also get 1 speed bonus and 5% increased training. The starting bond is a little bit low, which is 15, but it's basically, to be honest, the same as fine motion. The stopping point for this card if you want to roll for it, of course, is 1 LB, where it gained the wisdom bonus right here. 2 LB doesn't really change much, 3 LB only gives you mood bonus, the same as MLB, there's nothing really too much of big of a difference. As for the hints, there's pretty much a lot of good speed skill from this card. You get Last Leg, which is a pretty good speed skill, medium distance corner, good skill, tail head high, good skill, corner acceleration, do not get the skill is not reliable, but it has straightaway spark. So basically, it's the superior version of Hishi Amazon. If we take a look at the gold skill from this card also has daring attack, which is, as I've mentioned before, is a really good speed skill for the end closer. I also forgot to mention that for the end closer, Narita Taishin pretty much will be the queen for the end closer for the entire first year. Up behind her is probably just Goldship, but that's pretty much about it for the end closer. After that, we will have the Narita Taishin steampunk version. This Narita Taishin steampunk version is actually not really that good. The original version of the Narita Taishin is actually still better than this. Where this Narita Taishin version excel is when the Encroaching Shadow actually doesn't work, because on some of those tracks, Encroaching Shadow actually doesn't work. For example, the next Leo Cup. If we take a look at the kit for the steampunk version, it has 8% bonus on stamina, guts, and 14% on width. For the distance, she's pretty much good for medium and long. And for her unique skill, if you're in the middle of the pack during second half of the final corner in the final leg, your speed will increase. This unique is just a simple unique skill, which will activate most of the time because you'll be in the 4 and the 7 position anyway. It's pretty similar to the Goldship unique. So this skill is really easy to activate. As for her innate skill, she gets end closer savvy, you probably won't take this skill. As for the gold skill, this Narita Taishin steampunk version have two of it. The first one is Breakthrough. Breakthrough is a gold speed skill that also increase your lane movement speed. So basically this is just a free speed skill and free lane movement speed because you'll always be above the 5th position anyway. The lane movement speed actually doesn't do anything, but it will be reworked on the first anniversary, so this skill will get a huge buff on it. She also has End Closer Straight Away, and the other gold skill is Rush from the Ashes. This skill is really good. It's basically a gambling acceleration skill. If we take a look at the effect, if it's a medium distance, it will pretty much activate if you're above the 4th position on the first half of the final leg. The evolved version for the Breakthrough doesn't really change much, it's only giving you more duration. As for the Rush from the Ashes, you also just gain bonus duration. I also want to give a special shout out to Summer Goldship. Summer Goldship is a unique character where you want her just because of her unique inherit. She is pretty much a universal Uma where you can inherit the unique to basically everyone to guarantee 1 gold skill activation with no condition. After that, we have the Sweep Tosho Wit card and the Special Weak Stamina card. The main reason you want to be pulling for this card is this skill right here, the gold skill Unrifled Wits, which is also still another gambling acceleration skills. So the precondition for this skill is basically you only need to be above the 5th position and you don't get rushed. With that, basically you get a free acceleration on the first half of the late race. For the effects of this card, at 0 LB, this card actually have a pretty massive specialty priority. It has a total of 60 specialty priority when the bond gauge is at least 80. If we take a look at the effects, this card is actually not really that good. It only has a pretty high specialty priority, but asides that, you don't really have much going on for it. It's also missing the increased training, which you technically want on every card. At 1 LB, this card gets a skill point bonus, which is really nice. At 12B, it doesn't change really much. At 3LB, you gain a width bonus, and at MLB, you gain another width bonus, totaling it to a 2 width bonus. Honestly, for this card, I don't really see much of a change from 0LB to the MLB, and for this card, technically you just want it for the gold acceleration hints, and not for the effects. For the hints, you get Enclosure Straight Away, Slipstream, good skill, Breakthrough Plan, good speed skill, Widthful. This is the white version of Unrifled Wits, See Right Through, bad skill, debuff skill, you probably won't take it. And with that, we finally have probably the first and closer Uma that is actually really good, which is Mr. CB. So Mr. CB is an Uma that will finally get the Encroaching Shadow gold skill besides Narita Taishin. She has 10% speed bonus, 10% stamina bonus, and 10% with bonus. As for distance, she is pretty much good for small, medium, and long. As for her unique skill, during the second half of the middle leg, if you're the second half of the pack, your speed will increase. Bonus speed in medium and long races if you at least 20 meters away from the first place. So this skill is pretty much the same as Goldship, and it will activate every race if you run her as an encloser. Because the condition is that you only need to be above the 5th position. That's pretty easy, right? And she also gets special scaling for the medium and the long distance. This unique skill gets better, especially if you're even further from the first position. So it makes you able to catch up to the frontrunners the more further you're away. As for innate skill, you have Rainy Days, which is just free guts. As for the gold skill, you get Seamless. For the medium and long distance, if you're in the back of the pack, you basically get a speed boost. Pretty simple gold speed skill. You also get the Umamusume skill. And finally, we have the Encroaching Shadow gold skill on another Uma, which is Mr. CB. I also forgot to mention for the Seamless skill is that the effect actually increase your current speed and not target speed, making this skill actually really good. For the evolved version of Seamless, you basically just get more speed on top of it, and for the evolved version of Encroaching Shadow, you will gain an extra 5 field of view, which doesn't do much, but a bonus is still a bonus. And after that, we have the Goldship, the LR version. If we take a look at the kit for this Goldship, it has a better spread than the OG version, which is 8% on speed, 40% on stamina, and 8% on power. For the distance, it's pretty much the same. She's good on medium and long distance, and her unique Vivala Gold for the medium and long distance. During the final corner or beyond, if you're about to overtake someone, then your speed will increase. It will increase greatly if you had a late start. So this is a pretty weird Uma where you want to get the late start to get a more speed bonus. So how to complement with this unique skill is that Goldship has the Gatekeep event from her career. The activation condition is really straightforward. If you're on the final corner and you're above the 5th position and you are doing an overtake, then bang, free speed for you. For her innate skill, Outstanding Stratagem, this is just a speed skill. Imminent Shadow, this is Encroaching Shadow. A good acceleration skill. Bad Track Demon, this increase your power and speed if the track is heavy and bad. For the upgraded version of the Encroaching Shadow, you get a little bit bonus to speed. It's not too much, but you still get a speed bonus on top of the acceleration. As for the Bad Track Demon, the evolved version gives you 20 more power for the speed and power. You technically get a little bit of buff, where you will start slower to activate your unique. Next up, we have a Hishi Amazon Power card. This card is your first card that will give you the gold hint for the Encroaching Shadow. If we take a look at the effect of this card, at 0 LB, it actually gives you a massive 2 skill point bonus when bond gauge is at least 80. You get 20 specialty priority, 1 stamina bonus, not really good effects overall. At 1 LB, you only gain a little bit of race and fan bonus. At 2 LB, you don't really get much. At 3 LB, you get 5% increased training. And at MLB, the increased training jumps up to 10%. I recommend just rolling for this card for 0 LB because in the future, this card will be replaced by the Narita Taishin with card, which will also have the Encroaching Shadow hint. The gold skill from this card is Encroaching Shadow, as I have mentioned before. You can either choose between the Encroaching Shadow or Moonlight Slash, which is a good speed skill for the Encloser. You can also get the Encloser corners, and from the hint as well, you get Corner Adapt, good speed skill, good speed skill as well, and closer straight away, good speed skill. Slight Eater, this is the white version of Nonstop Girl. Next on the banner list, we have Manhattan Cafe and the Yukino Bijin Valentine version. Manhattan Cafe is a really good encloser for the long distance track specifically. If we take a look at her kit, she has 20% stamina bonus, 10% power bonus. She's pretty much good for medium and long distance. If we take a look at her unique skill, if you stay in the back of the pack for the entire first half of the race, then, during the final corner, you'll get a speed boost. The effect is stronger in long races. So basically, this unique is also pretty much the same as Goldship unique, where you want to be continuously above the 4th position, which is easy because you're running her as an encloser. And on the final corner on the late race, you basically get an increased current speed, which is really huge because it's a current speed and not a target speed. As for her innate skill, she has non-standard distance, she also has the Encroaching Shadow, she also has Lock 1, which is a speed skill for the long distance, and she also has another gold speed skill for the long distance, which is Clean Sweep. If you have plenty of stamina during the first half of the final leg, your speed will increase. So this skill will pretty much just activate because you only need to have enough stamina for the last spurt. But on top of it, this effect also increases your current speed, which is really huge. For the evolved version of Encroaching Shadow, Imminent Twilight, basically you also just get a little bit of speed boost. For the evolved version of the Clean Sweep, World of Marvels, you basically just get a little bit speed boost. It jumps up from 3.5 to 4.5. Next up on the banner list, we have Duramente and Iconodictus. Duramente is the Uma that we want from this banner. She's specifically an encloser strong for the medium distance. If we take a look at her kit, she has 20% boost on speed, 10% bonus on power. As for the distance, she's pretty much good on mal and medium. Her unique skill, Scarlet Ascension of the Rakshasa. If you're in the second half of the pack, halfway through the race, your speed will increase. Then, if you try to overtake someone during the final corner, you will get a slight speed boost. So basically with this unique can activate twice. First is on the halfway point of the race, where the condition is basically you only need to be above the 5th position. The better part of this unique is that this unique can activate once again on the final corner. So if you're doing an overtake, you basically get a free current speed. As for her innate skill, she has another green skill, another good speed skill, and she also has another exertion skill for the medium distance, which she will get the gold version, and I'll explain later. She has the encloser corners, which is a good skill as well. Never give up, this is the gold version of Unbreakable Mind. This is basically a speed skill, there's just a wit check. She also has Boiling Blood, which is another speed skill for the encloser. Now, this is why Duramente is really good for the medium distance. The skill, Rain. If you're an encloser and you're in the medium distance racetrack, if you're not in the front during the final corner, then your acceleration will increase. So the activation condition is really simple. If you're above the 4th position on the final corner, you get free acceleration. That's basically it. As for the evolved version of Never Give Up, Constant Refinement, you basically just get more speed on top of it. For the upgraded version of Rain, basically the skill cannot activate twice, you gain another speed skill for the last trait. Next up on the banner list, we have Narita Taishin with card. This card is the must roll if you want to be running the encloser. It will still be used until the current JP version, so definitely roll for this card. If you didn't roll for the Hishi Amazon Power card, then I recommend you spending all your carrots for this. This Narita Taishin card is the only other card that gives you the Encroaching Shadow besides the Hishi Amazon Power card. If we take a look at the effects of this Narita Taishin card, at 0 LB it gives you 2 wit bonus when the bond gauge is at least 80, friendship bonus 10% increased training, and bunch of other skills, 50 specialty priority, 20% starting bond, 20% mood bonus, solid card even at 0 LB. At 1 LB you gain 1 skill point bonus, which is really huge. At 2 LB it doesn't change really much. At 3LB, you gain race bonus and defend bonus, and at MLB, this card becomes a really solid card. It basically has everything you want on a card. Really solid card. As for the hints, it has encloser straightaways, breakthrough plan, a good speed skill for the encloser, boiling blood, a good speed skill for the encloser, another good speed skill. Basically, all of this is just a speed skill for the encloser. For the gold skill from this card is basically the encroaching shadow, which I have mentioned before, or you can choose soaring stride, which is a good speed skill for the encloser. It pretty much will just activate anyway. This is basically just a wit check, as you will be above the 4th position. Next up on the banner list, we have Sweep Tosho, the wedding version, and the King Hollow wedding version. The Uma you want to be rolling from this banner is the wedding version of Sweep Tosho. If we take a look at the kit of Sweep Tosho, she has 10% bonus on speed, 10% bonus on power, 10% bonus on guts. As for the distance, she's pretty much good for mal and medium. Her unique skill, Special Materialization. If you're in the second half of the pack on any downhill, during the middle leg or later, you will use a little extra stamina to get a speed boost. During the last raid, if your mood is at least good, you gain a speed boost. For the mood here, good means the orange version, or one below the grade, which is the red. So basically, this unique can activate twice. So the first time, it will activate on a downhill on the map. If you're above the 5th position, if there's no downhill on the racetrack, then definitely do not run this because you won't activate this unique and it won't activate the other unique. Simple as that. And on the last raid, the skill can activate again if the mood is good or above. For her innate skill, she has Slipstream, good speed skill, Witful, this is a good acceleration skill for the encloser, no reluctance, this is just another speed skill, outstanding stratagem, another speed skill. The main reason you want to be pulling for this Sweep Tosho, besides her unique, is also this acceleration skill, Unrifled Wits. It's a solid acceleration skill for the encloser if you don't get rushed. She also has another good speed skill for the medium distance, which is Ghastly. This skill, on top of buffing your own speed, debuff the speed of the Umas in front of you. And we also have another gold skill, which is Undivided Focus. This is just another speed skill. It's just a wit check skill that will activate on the middle leg. As for the upgraded version of Unrifled Wits, Sweep Tosho becomes good specifically on the 2200-meter track. So basically, for the skill, the normal activation for the acceleration is the first half of the late race. However, if it's specifically for the 2200-meter distance, then you use a little bit of stamina and the acceleration increased to zero point 0.5 from zero point 0.4. On top of that, you also gain a little bit of buff because now the location becomes per quarter, which is closer to the start of the late race than the first half. The other version of the Unrivaled Blitz, which is Nox Lumina, you can also use this for the 2000-meter racetrack, where you will spend a little bit more stamina for a speed boost. As for the upgraded version of Undivided Focus, this skill will activate twice first on the middle leg, and near the end of the final straight, you will get another activation of this skill. Next up on the list, we have Durandal. Durandal is an enclosure designed specifically for the sprint and mile distance. If we take a look at her kit, she has 20% speed bonus, 10% power bonus. Her aptitude, she's pretty much good for sprint and the mile distance. If we take a look at her unique skill, Lame Defend, if you overtook someone during the final corner, then during the last spurt, your speed will increase. If it's a sprint or the mile distance, and you're in the middle of the pack, it will increase greatly. So basically, there's two versions of this unique. There's a whole bunch of text, but a simple understanding of this unique is that if it's on the final corner and you overtook it, then basically you just get a free speed. As for the other version, it's pretty much the same. You're doing an overtake on the final corner, then on the last spurt, if it's either a sprint or the mile distance racetrack, if you're in the 4th or 7th position, then this unique will activate and you gain a bonus speed on top of it. As for her innate skill, you get closer corners, which is a good skill. Mighty Leap, this is one of the reasons you will be rolling for this Uma, which is an acceleration skill for the short and mile distance. She will get the gold version, which I will explain a bit. She also has the Fall Runner, which is a good skill, Undivided Focus, good speed skill, Shadow Stepper, another good speed skill. Finally, this is the gold extraction skill for the short and mile distance, which is lightning speed. So if you're about to overtake someone in the second half of the pack during the final leg, your acceleration will increase. Really straightforward skill. So at the late race, if you're 5th or above and you are doing an overtake, bang, free acceleration for you. For the upgraded version of Undivided Focus, you basically just get more speed in exchange for your stamina. As for the evolved version of Lightning Speed, this acceleration skill gets more even bonus if you're overtaking on the final corner. Next, we have Christmas Narita Top Road and Christmas Admire Vega. Christmas Narita Top Road has a good inherit, but I want to talk more about the Christmas Admire Vega. If we take a look at the kit of Christmas Admire Vega, she has 10% speed bonus, 20% power bonus. She's pretty much good only for the medium distance. If we take a look at her unique skill, if you're an encloser, if you're not in the front during the final corner, your acceleration will increase. It will greatly increase in 2400-meter race. Admire Vega Christmas is specifically designed for the medium distance racetrack, specifically for the 2400-meter race course. The activation condition for this is really straightforward. If you're on the final corner and you're above the 4th position, then you get a free acceleration. That's basically it. So if the last spurt starts on the final corner, then this unique skill is really good. She also has the white version of Rain, which is Mighty Spap. This is a good acceleration skill for the medium distance racetrack. She also has another speed skill, which is Switch Over Pro. On the medium distance racetrack, you're basically trading your speed at the start for a massive boost of speed on the later race. She also has another good speed skill, which is Creeping Footstep. Medium distance corner, solid speed skill, Pursuer, another solid speed skill. She also has another speed skill, which is Spare Passion. If you're directly competed on the final corner in a showdown, I'm pretty sure this is a mechanics in the JP version in the future, then basically you get a speed boost. She also has another gold speed skill, which is Tension and Release, specifically designed for the medium distance racetrack. This is the skill where you're trading off your initial speed at the start for a massive speed at the end of the race. For her evolved skill of Pursuer, there's nothing really changed much, it's just bonus duration on the effect. And for the Tension and Release, you also get bonus duration if it's on the 2400 meters racetrack. Next up on the banner list, we have Wind Variation. If we take a look at the kit of Wind Variation, she has 10% bonus on speed, 10% bonus on power, 10% bonus on gut. As for the distance, she's pretty much good on medium and long distance. Her unique skill, Allegro of Valor, if you overtake someone during the middle leg or later, then on the last straight, your speed will increase. If you're in closer and you overtake at least 3 times, your speed will increase tremendously instead. So basically what you want to do with Wind Variation is that because you put her as an encloser, right? You want to stack as much speed skill as possible on the middle leg, so she ends up overtaking all the Umas. And if she overtakes at least 3 Umas, she gains a massive 5.5 speed boost. This unique is pretty much similar to Rudolph's unique, where you want to overtake at least 3 Uma to activate your unique. To complement this for her new skill, she has a green gut skill, and she has 2 gold speed skill to help her overtake on the middle leg. So the first one is Relentless Approach. If you try to overtake someone during the second half of the race, your speed will increase. This is just another speed skill. Never give up during a random middle leg corner, your speed will slightly increase. This is just another gold speed skill to help her overtake Umas. Same thing with this, Sufficient Trust, another speed skill to overtake. For the evolved version of the skills, for the Relentless Approach, so this is just bonus speed on top of it. And for the evolved version of Never Give Up, this skill now activates twice. So the first time it will happen on the middle leg corner, and the second time it will happen on the last raid. Next on the list we have Mr. CB and Katsuragi Ace, the New Year version. The one we want to aim for this banner is Mr. CB, the New Year version. Let's take a look at Mr. CB New Year's kit to see why she is good. She has 20% speed bonus, 10% power bonus. As for the aptitude, she is pretty good for small, medium, and long distance. Her unique skill, Radiant Stride. If you're in the second half of the pack, during the second half of the race, your speed will increase. The more stamina you have, the bigger the increase. So what you want to do with this Mr. CB is that she's really good only for the long distance, where you want to stack as much stamina as possible. Why? Because if we take a look at this, the duration of this unique has a special scaling. So the base duration is 5 seconds. This duration will scale as much as high as stamina as you have. I'm not too sure what's the cap of the duration. If you can cap the duration until the end of the race, then I'll be pretty busted, right? And yeah, the activation is pretty straightforward. You only need to be above the 5th position after the halfway through the race. As for her innate skill, she has Uma Stand, Wall Breaker, which is speed skill for medium on long distance. Seize the Chance, this is a good acceleration skill for the long distance, and I'll touch on why later because she also has the gold version of it. Shadow Stepper, good speed skill. Seamless, this is the gold version for the Mold Breaker. Good gold speed skill at the random point during the third corner. If you're in the second half of the pack, you basically just get a speed boost. She also has a wide recovery skill, and she also has a really good gold acceleration skill for the long distance as an end closer. So at the random point during the first quarter of the final leg, if you're not in the front of the pack, your acceleration will increase. So this is pretty much just a free acceleration. As for the upgraded version of Seamless, it just gets bonus duration if you overtook someone in the second half of the race. For the upgraded version of the acceleration skill, if you're above the 4th position, then you gain a little bit more acceleration. Next on the list, we have the king for the medium distance and the long distance, which is Orfevre. Orfevre is one of the premium Uma that I really recommend you if you're planning on playing the end closer. She's pretty much the meta Uma even currently in the JP version for the medium distance racetrack and the long distance racetrack. Let's take a look at her kit. She has 10% boost on speed, stamina, and power. As for her aptitude, she's pretty much good for the medium and the long distance. Her unique skill, None Shall Object My Rule. If she's an end closer, 10,000 meters before the end of the race, you'll get a speed boost. The effect is stronger if all your base stat is at least 1,000. Basically, you're pretty much guaranteed to have the stronger effect because in the JB version, you'll see all these bloated stats, which basically they just have over 1,000 on every stats. She always gets 3.5% current speed for 6 seconds for free every race. She also has an uphill speed skill. That's another good acceleration skill for the medium distance, which she also has the gold version for it. High Ambition, this is a really good skill for the medium and long distance because she gets speed and she will recover stamina on top of it. Orfevre also has the gold version of the skill. If we take a look at the other innate skills, Glimpse of Light, this is another good gambling acceleration skill for the end closer. She also has Rain. I've talked about this before, but it's a really good acceleration skill for the medium distance. She also has End Closer Corner and Domineering Glare, which is the gold version of High Ambition that I was talking about. This gold skill gives you a bonus speed and a stamina recovery on top of it. As for her evolve skill, the acceleration skill, now it's not exclusive to only the medium distance racetrack. You can also use it for the turf distance, but pretty much this skill is only viable for the medium and long distance racetrack because the race needs to be 2,000 meters or more for this skill to work. As for the other gold skill, there's 2 versions of it. The first version, you get another speed boost So this skill can activate twice on the later half of the middle race, and it gains current speed instead of directed speed, which is also really huge. The other version of this is You Shall Kneel in reference. This will give you a boost on speed and more stamina recovery, which now becomes 3.5% instead of 1.5%. After Orfevre, we have Gran Alegria. Gran Alegria is a solid Uma for the short and the mild distance. Her stat bonus, she has 10% bonus on power, 20% on guts. As for the distance, she's pretty much good for the sprint and the mild distance. She technically could be run as a late surger or an end closer. Both styles are viable. If we take a look at her unique skill, K Alegria, if you're not in the front halfway through the race, you'll get a speed boost. And on a short and mild distance, she gets another speed boost, so this unit could activate twice. What makes it really busted is that both of these skills increase your current speed. As the condition for this unique is also really straightforward, if you're above the 4th position on the halfway mark to the race, you basically get a bonus current speed. And if it's a sprint or mild distance racetrack, then basically you get another free activation on the last spurt. For her innate skill, she has a speed skill for the sprint and mild distance, mild straightaways, footloose, which is a good acceleration skill for the mild distance, mighty leap, this is the white version of lightning speed, which is a good acceleration skill as well for the short and mild distance. She also has a gold skill, which is fluttering hard. For the sprint and mild distance, basically she just gets a free speed for this. She also has another skill, which is step up. This is basically just another speed skill for the mild distance. And for the other gold skill, she has the upgraded version of footloose, which is carefree stride. This is an acceleration skill for the mild distance. Yeah, it's technically another gold gambling acceleration skill. For the evolved version of her gold skill, fluttering hard, she just gets more speed for her evolved skill. And for the evolved version of Carefree Stride, you use a little bit more stamina for the acceleration increase. And if it's on the mild distance, then the activation condition becomes first quarter instead of the first half. The next banner that we have is the Buena Vista power card and the Transcend Gods card. The main reason you want to be pulling for this Buena Vista power card is the gold skill right here. So you can choose between Rain or Elation, but pretty much, to be honest, the main reason you want to be pulling for is the Rain acceleration skill. This is the end closer acceleration skill for the medium distance. Elation is just the other option if you want a speed skill for the medium distance. If we take a look at the effects of the card, at 0 LB, this card is already really solid. If you run this card with at least 4 different types of card in your deck, which we will be running in the future in the JV version anyway, you get 10% more increased turning, so this card have a total of 15% increased turning at 0 LB. She also has stamina bonus, 50 specialty priority, and solid effects overall. At 1 LB, she gains 1 skill point bonus. At 3 LB, she gains a power bonus. And at MLB, she gains another power bonus. At MLB, this card is really solid. She has stamina bonus, power bonus, 20% increased training, and solid effects overall. For the hints for this card, it's pretty much catered toward the medium distance and the end closer. This is pretty much just a bunch of speed skills and acceleration skill for the end closer, which is really nice. The next banner that we have is Dream Journey and Vodka Power card. The card that we want from this banner is the Dream Journey card. The main reason you want to be pulling for this Dream Journey card is right here. Dream Journey gives you 2 gold speed skill for the end closer, which is Complete Combustion and Relentless Approach. If we take a look at the effects itself, at 0 LB, this card is already pretty much really solid. It has speed bonus and power bonus when the gauge is at least 80, 10% increased training, 50 specialty priority, 1 skill point bonus, even at 0 LB. This card gets better at 1 LB, where you unlock another speed boost. Up to 2 LB and 3 LB, it doesn't really change much. You just gain initial speed, and at MLB, you gain even more initial speed and a little bit boost effect overall. But this card should be really fine even at 1 LB. You get most of the benefit from this card even at already 1 LB. The last banner on this list is Durandal with card and Calston Light O speed card. The card you want to be aiming is the Durandal with card. As the JP version progresses, pretty much the current meta card for the JP version give you at least 2 gold skill for each event. So with this card, you can choose either between Moonlight Flash and Lightning Speed or Moonlight Flash and Swift Decision. So Lightning Speed is of course, as we know, a good acceleration skill for the sprint and middle distance. Moonlight Flash and Swift Decision is both good speed skill for the end closers. If we take a look at the effect, at 0 LB, she already unlocks all of her effect. So this card at 0 LB is already a really solid card. She has speed boost and SP bonus when the bond gauge is at 80. She has 10% increased training, 80 specialty priority, At 0 LB, this card is already really solid. 1 LB doesn't change much, you only get a little bit of race bonus. 2 LB doesn't change much as well, 3 LB doesn't change much, 4 LB also doesn't change much. This card pretty much at 0 LB, solid. Okay, and with that, we have come to the end of the End Closer banner. I hope you enjoyed this. If I miss any of the End Closer banners, then definitely let me know down in the comment below. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.